We're gonna do a song that you never heard before. The volume.
Here they come and get wicked. Here we go again.
Hey, it's Kennedy, my brother from another mother.
What's good, bro?
Man, I have been, I think I'm officially recovered from a roller coaster of a last couple of days this past weekend, man. It was crazy out here, bro.
What was popping off?
So last week we were anticipating that we would have like some kind of record-setting hurricane out here. And so, because of that, they were saying, hey, this particular hurricane, Helene, is going to touch every single county in Georgia, right? Every single county is going to get rain, and it was going to be like rain all day long for like 3 straight days, and that was going to lead to different flooding or whatever, whatever. So Friday, and so because of that, right, we get a note. Landon comes home from school. He's like, "Yeah, they think that they're gonna close the school down on Thursday and Friday." Blah 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 blah. Sure enough, probably like an hour later, after he tells us this, mind you, it's raining. This is on Wednesday. It's raining, and they tell us, "Hey, we're gonna make Thursday a digital day, and we just not having school at all on Friday." I was just like, "Wow, Gwinnett County out here getting soft," because I just remember Gwinnett County would never close the school down for no reason or whatever way back in the day. And so sure enough, man, it's raining on Thursday, but it was like, I was like, it was hard rain, but it wasn't anything crazy, right? There was like nothing like that bad. I was like, all right, Friday comes along in the morning, still a little drizzle, but it was like more so like a little gray sky. And I was like, yo, wait a minute now. It looked like the sun is trying to come on up. So I'm like, wait. The clouds break though, dude, and it is like sunny outside by 2 o'clock. It looks like a regular day. I could have went outside and played basketball. It was that great of a day. I think I did end up going to the gym, actually. And so we were basically just anticipating. Now, to be quite honest with you, there are other areas that got hit very badly by this hurricane. In the southeast, I know that South Carolina did. A lot of like the Appalachian area of North Carolina, like Asheville and like the Boone area, Biltmore area. Oh my gosh, they got slammed to where there are like cities, small cities that were just completely wiped off the map due to flooding out there.
Mm-hmm.
But they made it sound like all of Atlanta was gonna just be underwater, and it just wasn't the case at all, though, man. So, yeah, yeah,
That's a
yeah,
good
yeah.
thing. That's a good thing. 'Cause, yeah,
It's a good thing.
people are definitely getting hit by the hurricane, and shouts out to all the people that's dealing with that and who didn't evacuate, and for those who did evacuate, yeah, interesting.
Well, let me tell you this. After we get that music going,
Yes, sir.
It doesn't matter what your name
The
is.
Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest
If you
podcast
smell
of all time.
what the rock is cooking.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
hey, listen, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube and Facebook pages. We are live on both platforms at the same time. You click on the notification, you click on the bell, you get the heads up whenever your boys and is doing their thing. It's Kennedy. So what was also dope about this weekend is that yesterday was my son's birthday, bro. Landon had a good little time though, man. Very happy for my dude, man. Very happy. Um, he had a bunch of people come on over. Had a lot of his homeboys came through, man. They had like a big little sleepover gaming night or whatever, whatever. So that was the big thing that we were kind of preparing for. We were like, yo, maybe maybe we have to cancel the get together, the shindig and everything. And it worked out. I mean, perfectly though, man. I'm talking about it didn't rain at all on Saturday either though, man. So it was real dope. Well, what was also kind of crazy about that is that probably like on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, there's this company, Biolabs. Biolabs is a little outfit. I don't think they're little, but they're this chemicals company that's out in Conyers. They're not that far at all from my in-laws. So man, they had a big fire out in one of their main facilities, one of their big labs. So bro, big clouds of smoke just burning on all kind of fumes and everything in the air and everything for like, I mean, it looked like something you would see in a movie though, bro. And so what was wild about it is that Conyers isn't very big. Conyers is a metropolitan city, probably somewhere around like 75 to 100,000 people, more or less, though, right? And so what was crazy about it is that this place isn't that far at all from where my in-laws live, right? So we fool around, old man, and they were like, "Hey, we." They told us to stay inside. We can't go outside because of the air quality, and you still have people who aren't getting the memo. They are out and about. They seeing the smoke in real time and everything. They trying to film it and take pictures of it and everything like that. And so they stay in. They said, "Hey, turn your ACs off so you won't get the smell in the whole 9 yards." Then, probably like a couple of hours later, they were like, "Hey, I guess the police were driving through neighborhoods that were relatively close to the spot." It was like, "Hey, we're evacuating this area altogether, right?" And what was crazy about that is that they say, "Hey, you guys gonna have to basically leave." So they crashed with us, and was on Landon's birthday. They stayed on that Sunday through Landon's birthday. And matter of fact, they stayed for 2 nights. As a matter of fact, though, they left today, and it was real real great. I think that's the one thing that's always interesting. I think I have the best in laws ever. They are in-laws is probably doing them an injustice because they are just family, like never have been anything less. um and so it was real dope. It did have me also thinking about something though,
What's up?
bro. In the event of any catastrophic events, right, you see them happen all the time on TV, where you might see you have power outages, you have purges, you have all these things, these natural disasters, and all the whatever the case, right? How prepared are you for something like that?
I mean, I know where all my weapons is at. That's about it.
That's about it for me. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
about
I don't have, like, even though I'm from a military background, I don't have no MREs or nothing. You know what I'm saying? None of that. Like, nah, bro. When I got out the military, that was it.
Yeah, I do think about like, I'm a Walking Dead fanatic, right? So when they had the outbreak and everything like that, and everybody went zombie, I think I have an idea, right, of how I would behave, but what you would actually do, right, is it was one of the things that I was thinking of because we laugh and joke. Me and my sister, we talk about this a lot. We like, yo, all right. Well, if something happens, where is the meetup spot? Right? Is my in laws the place to meet up because technically they are by 20 east, and they should be a hop on the highway, but highways might be closed. That's how it was on Walker Dead. But they are close to a big lake, so you got fresh water on over there, right? They have animals, deer, so you can hunt and everything like that. So we kind of have this loose plan that we talk about and joke about. But I was just like, well, this kind of had me thinking like I need to revisit my readiness if something pop off though, man.
Yeah, that's a thing, man. And with the state of things, it is one of those things that you gotta think about in the back of your mind because the stuff we seeing on TV, bruh. more and more, I think we living in the Matrix, bro.
But it definitely makes me wonder. Like, yeah, gotta be more prepared though, bro. And it's weird because the more I thought about it, the more I understood some of the decision making in The Walking Dead from Negan's perspective, from all the villains, right? You got to protect your peoples, right? And so I thought about that more than anything, though, bro. Like, yeah, man, we got to be ready out here, though, man. Because, like, every time I'm watching, you think, right, when you watch Walking Dead is basically told from Rick's perspective. Rick pops out of a coma and there's this outbreak, right? And so all throughout Walking Dead, it's just a matter of them, trying to figure out what's going on for one in the first season, how did it all happen? But then you also have the villains that you eventually, come across. And at some point, all the villains are beloved by their own people because they're looked at as their own savior, right? Negan
Right.
was the savior of the saviors. The governor was the guy. So I think that there's that whole thing is what I was thinking. Like, yo, some pop off though, bro. I kind of know what happened in the movies. Let me follow a little bit of that template.
Yeah, that's crazy. Are you still watching like some of the extra shows that's coming out that's attached to it, to the universe?
Yes. So one of the things that just came out on Sunday that I got to catch up. So I saw that they had the Daryl Dixon story, and this
Mhm.
is the spinoff of Daryl Dixon with Carol. So I
Yeah,
got to peep that. I don't know how far into it you are to know what's going
I know
on.
who Daryl is, but I don't know none of the like. I know who Negan is. I know
Yeah, yeah,
who
yeah.
the characters are, but I'm so I was watching it when Sarah was watching it. So
So let me give you a quick rundown then, since you asked. So Daryl, they had gotten to the point. So there's the spinoff where they showed Michonne trying to find Rick, right? And so all of the last season of Walking Dead, you don't really see Michonne there. You see her out on this thing trying to find the boy Rick, and she eventually finds him and everything like that, and they get back together. But they're still trying to make their way back to Virginia. But then in the process of them getting everything back together and everything, the boy Daryl somehow leaves and links up with some people. And part of this season with Carol is telling why Daryl left, right? So, but where it picks up on the Daryl Dixon is that Daryl is basically washed ashore in France, basically. You think, like, what the hell is he doing in France? And he's still trying to find his way. Daryl's a survivor. He's been through it. So he's trying to figure out how to get around, how to move in a place where it's a foreign country. So ultimately, you go through this whole season with him being there. He's there for like I don't know, maybe a couple of months or whatever. Finds a way to get back to the U.S. And so he gets back to U.S. and links back up with Carol. But this particular spinoff is showing what Carol was doing to try to find Daryl, basically, though, man. So yeah, it's pretty dope.
bro, I got a question for you. Have you heard Sierra's new song with Busta Rhymes?
Whoa! I heard it for the first time. It's with Busta Rhymes and Missy on it.
The one I didn't hear didn't have Missy. It just had her and
Okay,
Busta.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's the best Sierra song I've heard in quite some time.
Bro, how does she keep coming back sporadically but hitting every time? Like the song sounds so Atlanta. It sounds so current. Instantly when I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, she got one.
Well, this is the thing I think is interesting because she did come out with that song and she had Chris Brown featured on it, and even that didn't quite move me. It's like, oh, okay, it's something, but it ain't like this one that she has with Buster. So, and I think that it was fitting because she was on tour with Buster and Missy, and so it made sense to me then that, oh, this is how you tie the three of them together. But I've only heard the song one time, and oddly enough, I'm a person who still values listening to radio, and I've only heard it on the radio one time though.
Yeah, I'm a subscriber to Title, so they always have like new music that pops up on there. So I
Yeah,
checked that out. I checked out the new Mario. I won't comment on that. And then I listened to the new Robin Thicke and Dream Doll. Yeah,
Uh,
Robin Thicke got a little bop on him, bro.
Let me tell you something, bro. Since we talking about music, two things. I listen to the Future
Mm-hmm. The new mixtape.
mixtape Pluto.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the thing. As somebody who I was like, I don't listen to Future very heavily, right? It's like I listened to the last one that he did with Metro, and that was the first time that I really got into Future. Like even the one that he did the first to last. So there are three albums that Future has put out. Which, by the way, he's doing a lot of work. He's putting out a lot of music, though, right? Because that Metro Boomin project was just over the summer. So for him to come out with something already fall, respect to that. But I think that the one thing is great. I thought, okay, yeah, this is what I thought Future is about. So when I heard it's the mixtape Future, so I was like, oh, I thought it was dope. Somebody who was a diehard Future fan was like, it's kind of mid, and I was just like, really? I thought that it was dope. Like as a very casual Future fan, I thought it was fire. And when I say that from a standpoint of the production was dope. He was riding the beats, dope. Contradictory though, because it's mixtape Pluto, so he's talking about popping pills still, the typical thing. But then he has this song where he's talking about his partner died from fentanyl and his partner died from OD on the same drugs that you're rapping about that you're doing though, right? So I thought that was kind of a little contradictory, but overall I thought it was dope. But Ace Kennedy, a while back, you told me that you had to give an apology to Neo, right? You saw him on the tiny desk. Said, "Golly, bro, Charlie, I know that's your dude, but I ain't been giving him the proper flower. I owe somebody an apology, bro.
Who is that?
Bro, I owe Big Sean an apology, bro.
Oh, that's huge. Whoa. Yeah, you got to explain that one.
I owe Big Sean an apology because I I've always maintained that I never heard Big Sean just say anything that I was like, whoo, let me just rewind that. Like I've heard Future say some very simple things that it was how he said it, the delivery of it. There's a couple. I'm gonna tell you about that. There's a couple songs that the Future got that I think that are hilarious punchlines, right? But I've never heard Big Sean like I was never blown away by him, right? And I listened to this one with an open mind, right? And when I listened to it though, bro, I've listened to the Big Sean now probably four times though, bro. And I've listened to it four times. I listened to it back to back, first off, set it down, came back to it, and then listened to it back to back. So I have four listens to it. And yeah, it's dope. And this is the thing about it. Oddly enough, I didn't have to skip any songs. Like it was a no skip album for me, right? And yeah, not every single one was bangers, but there were elements to every single song that I actually liked. Some of the ones I thought, oh, he's riding the beat. He's talking that on the beat. I thought that some of the things that I did like is that I like him on like his R&B feel. Like he's like somebody who I like almost like Wale. Well, I love Wale on R&B rap kind of songs.
Right.
So he has that very heavily on this particular album, though, bro. And I thought that it was great. Like for it to be the first album that I'm aware of that's not a good music album, and this is all him executive producing it. Um, I thought it was incredible, though, man. I was very thoroughly impressed with it. I could not believe that I was as impressed. And I said, all right, that's it, though, bro. I'm gonna back off with Big Sean and say I'm giving him his props, and I apologize for if it seemed like I was being a Big Sean hater in the past.
Did he have any features?
Here's what's crazy: he does have features, but oddly enough, I remember him the most. It's not. That's what's crazy. I couldn't tell you who the features are at the moment. I just think that when I listen to him, I listen to. I mean, I only remember him. Right. That's what's crazy to me. But he's not getting out. Like when I usually hear him on any feature that I hear, it's a great song. Don't get me wrong. I think that Big Sean does do great radio music, and I'm a fan of rappers who do songs that have high replay value, right? Because I try to do that myself. But when I think that he does that and have features, I think that he just kind of gets outshined. And so even though he has features on this particular album, I think that he still gets the better of or such a compliment to where it's really a collaborative song and not a feature like that, though, man.
Yeah.
But it's dope. I would tell anybody that I would recommend it. I would recommend listening to it, though, bro. Pretty fire. High
Uh,
regards. High regards.
that's good to hear because I mean I knew he had a project coming out, but I wasn't like looking around to see when it dropped. So that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Uh, how
Fire,
you,
fire, fire album, though, bro.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
plenty of time next week.
Yeah.
Uh, how your team do this weekend?
Listen, for starters, hold up. Before I say that, I'm gonna also say this is talking about music because I've been on. Uh, I've always been a big Moneybag Yo fan.
Really?
Moneybag Yo put out the new album,
Yeah.
Cold Moneybag Yo. And listen, I didn't realize how much of a Moneybag Yo fan I was until I listened to this particular album. Because I know that he says some real slick stuff, but he really talking that talk how I like it on this though, bro. It's tough.
Bro, I couldn't name one Moneybag Yo song.
Oh my gosh, listen.
Not
I'm
one.
gonna tell you this though. He got some songs that you probably just because you're not a Moneybag fan like that. Like this is the one thing I'm gonna tell you this. What I like about Moneybag Yo, you know how I told you that certain people, it doesn't matter what they say, I just don't like the sound of their voice enough to listen to them. So that's why I don't particularly care for like Kodak Black. I don't particularly care for like Sexy Red. Well, Moneybag Yo, I like the tone of his voice though, bro, and he has the dope beats. And so it just goes. And he is really on. It's like quintessential Moneybag Yo on this particular. I like it better than the Future mixtape though, bro. That's so yeah.
Yo, speak since we on music. You said that. Did you hear Wayne's response to the Super Bowl stuff?
No.
Okay, so he kind of, just basically apologized to the fans and everything, and basically said that he wasn't mentally strong enough to basically hear that he wasn't the one. Like he almost thought, like if it's in New Orleans, it's me. You know what I'm saying? So to
Right.
not get the call that, you know, just basically like, maybe I need to do more or I need to be more visible or whatever. Just that type of stance. But that it's kind of a weird scenario because we never really did get into it as far as like we talked about it briefly, just basically saying, Kendrick is hot right now, so it just kind of makes sense. But is that a slap in the face to New Orleans that you didn't put the invitation out to Wayne or Master P to do the halftime show?
Okay. Slap in the face might not be the words that I would use.
Wait,
It
wait.
can be
Time out. Let me
something.
ask you
It's
this:
something.
where was the Super Bowl at last year?
It was in LA last year.
It was in L.A.
Yes.
Was it at
And
SoFi?
that's why they had yes. And that's why they had Dr. Dre there.
No, Usher's was last year.
Okay, so if it wasn't that, then that means that the one before that that was in LA,
Yeah,
that was it. I don't know where the Super Bowl was. It's usually in southern cities. So I mean, you got to maybe look this up. No,
yeah. Because I mean, I thought you knew off the top.
no, I not off the top of my head.
Yeah, it was Usher's
Uh,
last year. Was it in Vegas?
I don't think so. Um, Damn. Hold on.
Don't make me have to get it faster than you. Damn, why you make me have to pull it up?
Hold on.
So I thought since the residency was in Vegas, that's probably where it was.
It was in Vegas, I think. I guess it was in Vegas though, bro. I didn't. Yeah, I guess it was in Vegas, bro. I'm not gonna even hold you.
Yep, it was in Vegas, Allegiant Stadium.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah,
then
that makes sense.
that makes sense as to why Usher got it. But because I was wondering, like, is it just expected that if you in a certain city that you got to, like, if it's in Atlanta, what you gonna do? Like, is that an all JD and Friends show? Like, I don't know. What you think?
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let them have a Super Bowl because I think they're supposed to have Super Bowl for the year 2028. They talk about that's gonna be in Atlanta,
Right.
and I don't care.
So if Outcast ain't in it, you what you doing?
Listen, bro. If they have, if they have doggone artists, and if they have any Super Bowl performance, a halftime performance in Atlanta, and somewhere in that Super Bowl, Outkast isn't featured, Ludacris isn't featured, Jermaine Dupri isn't featured, if Ti isn't featured, if no Atlanta artists are featured, right? Atlanta is going to completely boycott everything that's associated with Jay-Z, bro.
So now we're gonna have to look at it because February 4th, 2000 and February 3rd, 2019, it was in Atlanta. Who did the halftime show?
Hold on.
It was Super Bowl. Shoot, I don't know what the
You
letters
said
are.
2019?
Yeah.
Okay, so Super Bowl 2019, Big Boy was on there,
Okay.
right? So it was headlined by Maroon 5,
Mm-hmm.
and Big Boy from Outkast was on there. Travis Scott was on there as guest as well. Um Gladys Knight sung the national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Um Set list. Let's see some here.
So at least they had Atlanta represented.
Yeah, they had Atlanta rappers. So they had I Like the Way You Move. So Sleepy Floor was up there. He had Kryptonite, On It. That listen though, man. Travis Scott did Sicko Mode. So yeah, listen, I'm not mad, but there's
Yeah,
no way.
but what I'm saying though, right? You would have thought Travis Scott, if they had it in Houston, that you would obviously have to reach out to Beyonce, but Travis Scott from Houston. So should Future and all them be upset because of
Future and them should listen. Not okay. Future should feel some kind of way if Big Boy is so. Travis Scott wasn't headlining, right? The headliner was Maroon 5.
no? I
But
get
if you
that.
tell me that the headliner, like this, if you tell like here's what I'm saying, right? If you have that's like if you have the Super Bowl in Nashville, right? And let's say if you have somebody from Cali performing, right? And you don't have a Chris Stapleton, you don't have no Nashville artist. Yeah, people are gonna feel some kind of way that country isn't represented up there, right? And let alone the country musicians from Tennessee. So I can, yeah, like if you said in headlining, right? It would be one thing if you said, oh, you know what, we gonna go ahead and get Bruce Springsteen and he's going to be the headliner, but we are going to feature some Tennessee artists on the set. I'm cool with that. But if you don't have none, yeah. And
So
Jay-Z should know better, bro. That's why I think that people feel that way because it's Jay-Z.
right, I understand that. So that's why I'm saying we didn't really get into it like that, because I'm saying, what if it was Kendrick was headlining, but some of the like maybe Master P would have started it out, or like some New Orleans royalty was on there. You know what I'm saying?
I would love
Manny
to see
Fresh
that.
DJing or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would love to see that. And listen, I just don't know that they would do it. I can see them boys just holding down the principle of you got an out of town rapper headlining a goat, an out of town goat headlining over our goat, right? So and Wayne's no chump change, right? So I'm just like, yeah, I can see why they might be like, listen, if Wayne ain't in the we ain't have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But I think that it would be dope. I think that it would be dope if if Kendrick did some songs, brought out No Limit, Master P, make them say real quick, give them the nostalgia. Uh uh brought out Cash Money, and they do Hot Boys, and they do Wayne do a song like maybe because it's a 30-minute set. So you give them a 5-minute set and
No,
then
it
you
ain't no
get
30
back to
minutes.
Kendrick.
It ain't no 30 minutes. That is 12 minutes, sir.
12. Okay, well, damn, give them a 3 minutes. Give them a snippet of all their songs real quick.
Can he bring Mystical out there?
Hell no, Mystical need to sit down. I would love to see now. You know, though, I would. Oddly enough, I would want to see him bring Big Frida out there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
but
ask
I
you
don't know,
this.
man. But
Did you hear the rumors? So
which
apparently
rumors are you talking
there's
about?
a cease and desist that he can't do the they not like us. They said the cease and desist came from Drake.
And get out of here with that, bro. Get out of here with that. I mean, listen, that's
Yeah.
that's just Drake. Listen, that to me, that just now seems to be like part of Drake's MO, is sending cease and desist. Right? That's just a Drake thing to do.
Yeah,
Get out
but
my face with it. Don't mean
I guess they said there's no paperwork whatsoever with his name on it with the cease and desist, but apparently there is one. Uh
no.
the other music news is kind of like in the circulation right now. Apparently there's a Chris Brown doc in the works. You heard anything about it?
I did hear about that. And listen, um, I saw so I listen, yo, I'm heavy on the TikTok, bro.
Yeah.
Heavy on the TikTok. So let me tell you what's wild about the timing of that.
Hmm.
Because there is a girl who said that Chris Brown and or Sage the Gemini, she said that she got SA'd by both of them or one of them or whatnot, though, man. This was like I saw this like 2 weeks ago. And I did see that there was another domestic violence charge or whatever that was recently put up on Chris Brown. So listen, I don't know, bro.
Bro,
It's they won't let him live, bro.
they won't. And that's unfortunate because he's way past it. Like there's been people submitting claims or whatever, but nothing has stuck. And I'm not saying that like as in saying that he's innocent. What I'm saying is there hasn't been any charges that stuck so that we can quote unquote crucify him, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? But there's probably always going to constantly be allegations because people are looking for the money grab. Again, I don't know any new situations and what the circumstances are, this, that, and the other. Because in the trailer of the doc, there's a girl whose voice is all chopped and screwed and sounding like a transformer, and you don't know who it is, this, that, and the other. They're trying to protect her identity, of course. So I don't know what evidence and new stuff that they have, but I'm just saying, like, it just feels weird because we are in the time of Diddy, which there's new reports for Diddy we'll get into in a second. But
Well, wait a minute. That's good. That's a good transition.
I was gonna ask you because I saw what you did. I saw that you SA'd it. Are we gonna Diddy it soon? Is it gonna be? Is that gonna be the new acronym soon?
I think it might be, bro. And it not for SA. For SA.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you said that the person got Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Is that gonna be
No, I think that the Diddy only applies to if it's a dude.
okay?
Dude on dude.
Okay, okay. All right, just checking.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Diddy, the new charges. So apparently there was an attorney that came out and said that he has about 120 clients that are ready to go, and he briefly gave some instances of two individuals of examples as to what he has on the table. But apparently, and so a girl asked, one of the questions she asked was about underage people, and I think he said about 25 of the people that were interviewed are like were underage at the time. So, like we talked about last pod or what have you, like I said, if he's ever going to get out of it, all of the underage stuff has to go, and then the major illegal stuff has to go. But it's not looking good right now.
Okay, let me tell you what's funny. So on my TikTok conspiracy theory
Hmm.
stuff, right? So oddly enough, you saw that Ben Affleck and J Lo, they were, recently formally filing for divorce.
Hmm.
Well, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis also recently filed for divorce. And people are saying this is in anticipation of what's found on some of these Diddy tapes and who's there, because Ashton Kutcher, the internet is undefeated because it's permanent. They have video of Ashton Kutcher talking about him being at these Diddy parties, heavy, right? Heavily. Now, there is the distinction that people say, no, I go to the Diddy parties and I leave on time, right? Marlon Wayans, I ain't never seen none of that. I've gone to his parties and I leave when I'm supposed to leave, right? But it implies, though, that Ashton Kutcher, when you look at some of these past interviews, he's like, nope, can't talk about that. Oh, can't talk about that. Oh, like looks like he's reminiscing down memory lane, right? And so they're saying that, yo, that's a possibility that yeah, this is looking bad. Now, what makes this look even more crazy for him is that you remember the other dude from that 70s show
Fez.
was
Not Fez, but
recently,
I know he talking about he was on the ranch. That was
well,
Rooster.
Fez, well, listen, even then, you want to say something was up with the whole cast apparently, because Fez was with old girl when she was underage. I think he was with what's the girl? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna remember later. But Fez was with some girl who was, I can't, it's like Tara Reid or somebody like that he was with. That she was very underage when he was. It was like it's like a Jessica Simpson. Like it was something like a big name at the time in the 90s. Well, she was underage, and so you got the guy. What's his last? But the other guy, the on the show though that they did, Masterson was the last name I think it
Yeah,
was.
he's
So
Rooster on the ranch. I forgot what his name was on that 70s show, but yeah,
yeah,
that
so
was the last show he was on. They had to kill him off, basically.
okay. So, he is in jail now for apparently graping a couple of chicks, you know what I'm saying? But what was wild about it though, right, is that, they both wrote letters, character letters to the judge to basically appeal for like some type of soft sentencing from it. Everybody was like, wait a minute, bro. And then when all the details came back, they had to just kind of give
All
out
that.
statements and everything like
Yeah.
that. And so now, you know what I'm saying? They're saying like, oh, well, no. These tapes, right? These tapes, who's on the tapes? That's what's going to be the big thing. How do you explain what's going on in these tapes? So, bro, I saw something the other day, yesterday, matter of fact, where they said police wound up doing another look into Diddy's home. And this is why I don't know if it's fact or fiction.
Right.
But they said they went into Diddy's room and saw that he has a secret tunnel in under his bed that goes underground, and you go through these little walls and it goes to the Playboy mansion. It's a underground passage layer to all these other millionaires, underground houses and everything like that. And they were saying, no, this is when they say, oh yeah, we having these Diddy freak offs. I still cringe at that. But when we have these, this is how they get down. This is how they move around like that, though, bro.
See, I heard the tunnel went to like a separate theater room that housed like 30 people. I ain't hear about it connecting to nobody else's spot. So
Yeah. They said no, it connects to other Hollywood billionaires or elites or whatever, though, man. So, but this is the thing. This is where when you start to introduce kind of that folklore to it, it almost like when people start coming up. Look, we talk about the Chris Brown thing, though, right? Like it's almost like, well, at some point you start to introduce so much fiction to it to where you don't really know what's
what's
truth, and
true?
then
What's
the
not?
fiction clouds the facts, though.
Well, nobody wants the truth anyway when the lie is more entertaining, according to Charlemagne the
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
What's the no? According to Charles Venus, what's the truth when the lie's more exciting? What song
Uh,
did I say that on? Oh, that's on a song that ain't been released yet. That's not my
yeah.
bad.
So how your team do this weekend, bro?
My team, listen, my Longhorns did good. Now listen, they didn't. I'm gonna be honest. I thought that we would plow through Mississippi State, and oddly enough, to be honest with you, I thought that Mississippi State gave us a better fight than Michigan. Like it was a foregone conclusion that we would walk through Michigan. And just like I thought with Mississippi State, they put up a bigger fight. Though it was we pulled away
Oh,
from it at the
no.
end. It turned up.
Hold on. Bigger fight is a stretch. This is the thing. We had a lot of self-inflicted wounds.
It's true.
We had a bunch of false starts. We were making a bunch of mistakes. We fumbled the ball probably 3 or 4 times. Like Blue fumbled at least twice. Uh,
That's true.
there was a
But we
bunch
could
of
have
self.
done that against but we could have done that against Michigan, but we didn't, right? That's what I'm saying. When they put up the fight, I thought Mississippi State did as best that they could do with our mishaps, right? Considering that Michigan has like three guys on their defense at one at every level that's supposed to be a first round draft pick. So
Yeah.
I thought that with all things considered, though, man, I thought that Mississippi State just looked more competitive.
How about
Um,
Arch? What you think about Arch?
I still like what I see in Arch though, right? I still like how I like how comfortable he looks. Like he looks like a starter to me though, bro. So I'm not at all worried about Arch. What I am worried about now is when Ewers get back and getting them back into the fold of things, right? Like I don't want Ewers to feel like, oh, I got to turn up on these boys because I don't want him to worry about looking over his shoulder, right? Because
I don't think so
like
because you got to look at. See, did you watch Ewers before he got hurt?
I did.
So he was already turned. Like
I
that was
get.
one
I
thing.
know
That was
that.
one thing. Like he was like he was throwing them things. Like he was slinging them joints.
Well, now my thing is this though. So Ewers has seen him not get the nod, and then the guys who get the nod over him over at Ohio State all go to the league, right? First round draft picks, right? So I guess I don't want to see I think that Ewers is comfortable in his own skin, by the way. I'm just saying I don't want to see him though, like feel like he gotta be doing the most because now we've seen Arch, right? And so I don't know, bro, but I'm not concerned about either one of them. Let me be clear. But I'm cool if Arch stays in, but I am looking forward to Ewers. I just want to make sure that because by the time Ewers get back into the fold of things, now we're starting to play SEC schedule, right? And so that's where I'm just like I would want to see him come back and whip up on the cream puffs before we start the tough schedule. So I don't know, bro.
Last week was SEC. That's it. We're already in conference play, and then
Yeah,
we
but
got.
even still, there's some cream puffs in the SEC too. So
I mean, I get that, but he comes back playing Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? We got a bye week. They got a bye week, so we come back and we play them on the 12th, and that's when Ewers is supposed to be back. So that's like
yeah,
2 full weeks of, you know, basically working through the injury or whatever like that. So,
yeah. No, I'm not mad at that. Now NFL wise, right? I do got a question for you.
What's up?
Okay, so Derek Carr didn't look presidential, and this has been when I used to rag on Derek Carr and talk bad about Derek Carr. It was before I didn't like his leadership. I didn't like his body language, right? But more than anything, I didn't like that he doesn't distribute the ball very well to wide receivers and all the other skills players. I think that he knows that our running back Rashid Sheehy is almost always going to be lined up against a linebacker. And he's fast and he's good, right? But he's targeted more than anybody else. And you got to think though, he's coming out of the backfield as your running back. So your running back is getting 12 targets, and your wide receivers are getting 12 targets total as well. And I thought that we could have still won the game. I thought we still won it at the last minute and everything, though, man. But I still think that there are some times, though, bro, where like based off of the first two games, it's like I thought that, all right, maybe Derek Carr is going to go ahead and say, all right, when we're distributing this rock around and everybody's getting love on it, then we cool. But it felt like this time around that he basically reverted back. And even on the Philly game, he kind of reverted back to where he's only looking down the one guy. And granted, I mean, we have one of our offensive linemen end up getting hurt, so man, that has something to do with it. But listen, this is the one thing I think that is funny. I think that it didn't make a difference to me if it was the Falcons or not. Like, it's weird because I know that that's our big rival. I just, for some reason, don't look at them like rivals. I don't hate the Falcons. I get like, listen, I must have been tagged in to like 10 posts before the game and like another 15 posts after the game. And I'm just like, I guess that's what you should do for rivalry week, bro. But I don't
Bro,
no, like I don't
you should
I don't
think, bro,
dislike them.
you should think it's a rival. The last impression you have of Atlanta and New Orleans is you getting sung out of the stadium. So how would you not think it was a rival? You ain't never
Because
had
we
no.
turned no. We turned around and beat them. Listen, we turned around and beat them handily the very next time. So that's what I'm saying, though. That's why I'm like, it's not like you know what it is, though. I think that maybe it's because of this. Okay, so I think that it's because I don't hate the Falcons fans more than I hate Cowboy fans.
Yeah.
Because of that, it's like their second tier. It's like and to be honest with you, I don't think I hate. It's like OU fans, right? Like I think OU fans are bred to hate Texas fans, right?
But that is a true
And
rival. That I
it's
mean, it is.
right. It is but and that's my thing. It is a true rivalry. So because I think that no, it's by birth. You were born to hate the Longhorns, right? And because of that, it makes me hate them. I don't look at the Falcons like that though, bro. Like I don't look at them like the Horns, and I don't look at them like the Cowboys though, bro.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I was mad that we lost, not anymore mad that we lost to the Falcons.
yeah.
Yeah,
My
like
bear.
even when we beat them, I'm not gonna be like, oh, we done whooped them Falcons. Like, no, we split most of the time, more times than not. There's very rare that the Falcons or the Saints win both games. So it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, my Bears finally had a convincing win. Like, it looked like this is my thing. Again, I'm a realist when it comes to my team. I never said the Bears was going to the Super Bowl. I said we would get 10 wins, and I still think it might be possible, or whatever. But what I am seeing is the improvement each week of Caleb. You know what I'm saying? He's still running for his life. We still ain't got a line, but he was able to get the ball to targets and actually score real touchdowns, and not like the defense scoring the touchdowns. Like, and granted, we wasn't playing anybody. We played the doggone Rams. You know what I'm saying? We was both 1-2, but it
I thought
sounds
the Rams. Listen, I thought the Rams were going to be better than what people thought. I was one of the people, but also they don't got Cooper Cup. They don't got the boy Puka, so they missing some of their big weapons. So, but I thought, provided they had those guys, that they were going to be real good. But go ahead, continue though.
I'm just saying it sounds much better for a Bears fan to be 2-2 than to be 1-3. So my thing is, like I said, to see Caleb actually produce points, you know what I'm saying, and make great decisions. Like, it was funny because Mark Sanchez was calling the game, and he said, bro, it's like a proud dad watching him grow up, because he said if you watch him week 1, he would have been trying to launch it. He said he actually went through his reads. And this is what, the 4th game, you know what I'm saying, where he's like, okay, I check down, oh, my running back's open for the screen. Like, he did that several times throughout the game. It's like just taking the safe yards versus I gotta try to get the home run. And so that was very encouraging to see him kind of grow up like that just in a couple of games. That's all I'm looking for, is for him to get more and more comfortable and more they're growing as a team or whatever. So
Let me ask you this though, bro.
what's up?
Does it hurt seeing Jaden Daniels from
Washington
the Redskins, Commanders?
So we get it.
Does it got a little sting seeing how well he's thriving?
No, because he probably went to a better established team. Now, granted, Washington hasn't had a great quarterback in some years, bro. Like, in years. So the thing is their offensive line is probably a little bit more established. And they're probably just a more well-rounded, balanced team that needed somebody that can actually move the ball. So I'm not jealous about any other team as far as like their progression. Like, I haven't even thought
Not
about
jealousy. Not jealousy. Here's where I'm going with that. Because it's early. It's still very early. But Jaden Daniels look like he's the real deal. Right? He looks legit.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I knew that y'all line was trash. And when y'all went and drafted that wide receiver at like the number 8 or number 9 pick, instead of getting an offensive lineman, right, to address, because you already went and got DJ Moore, and you already got old boy from San Diego, right? Keenan Allen. So you still got a third wide receiver, right? And I thought, even with the line being suspect, right, that Caleb would just look better. Dare I say, even more like Jaden Daniels would look, right? I thought that's what he would still look like. But I think what I'm wondering is this though, bro. If Jaden goes on and continues, and if Caleb doesn't grow into what, and I would probably say you'll know after year 3, right? But here's the thing, that's gonna look like 2 times now where the guys drafted after your guy goes on to just look great. Mitch Trubisky. I can't help but think about Mitch Trubisky being, and granted, nobody saw Pat Mahomes being this, and at least nobody outside of Andy Reid, right? But the fact that he is that, and if Jaden Daniels goes on to be so much better, it just makes them look crazy in the front office, though, bro.
It doesn't. This is what I'm trying, bro. I am sticking to exactly what I've said. It doesn't matter who we put back there. If we don't address the offensive line, it doesn't matter. Justin Fields is doing his thing in Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson ain't never seeing that job back unless he ends up getting hurt, right?
You think he's done? You think Russ ain't never getting it?
Russ is not getting that job back. He's not getting the Pittsburgh job back unless Justin Fields get hurt. Russell Wilson is not getting that job back. You can't, right? So my thing is that, but I'm happy for Justin, and I think I'm happy for Jaden Daniels only because of the fact that's my dad's team. I grew up liking Washington, so a part of me is like, that's, like my second team or whatever. But yeah, I believe in Caleb. I really think long term Caleb is the guy. I just really believe that we have to really invest in an offensive line to protect him. Like, we have to take care of this guy. And I feel like we're in a situation where we can do that because he's still in a rookie deal. We got a bunch of, only person that's really, really getting paid like that is DJ Moore. So outside of that, we got some time to build and get some solid people around him. And I think we're gonna be okay. I think as a whole, the Bears have a solid team. There's just things that can, because we got great tight ends, we got good receivers, the defense is pretty strong. We just got to tighten up that offensive line, bro, to be able to get that man some time to think back there. And I think, but even without that, like I said, just watching the progression from week to week, I feel like the Bears are doing what they're supposed to do as a team. They're growing every game. It feels like that they're actually taking the video that they're reviewing and putting into place some different things, because they just had a players meeting with the offensive coordinator. Like, look, bro, some of these calls is not getting it, bro. Like, they had a conversation with him. And so that just shows the growth of the team for me as a Bears fan.
Let me ask you this. For good or bad, what's been the biggest surprise of this season? Good or bad?
Cincinnati only getting one win. Yeah, I thought they would be further along, and to see them struggle like that, because they just got their first win this past weekend.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm really surprised that Tua got hurt again. I think just because of how bad the last injury looked that we saw, that he just wouldn't put himself in that position. Because he, we talked about it. He just didn't slide. He went head first. And knowing how prone you are, you would just think that, and the reason why I think that's such a big deal to me is because we watch the Bears practice on sliding, and you see them doing it in the games, and they always refer back to it because everybody saw the Hard Knock series where it's like, oh, they go to slip and slide drill. Like, they practice that. And so it's like, this is your guy that you're investing in. He's already had a horrific injury that played out on live national TV. Why are we in this situation again where this man is folded up like that? That's a big surprise to me.
Do you think he returns?
Absolutely. He's not going to be done by any stretch of the means, and I don't think he needs to be. I just think that he just needs a better education on it. Like I said, they need to just work on the drills with him, or he just probably just won't run as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't expect.
Why won't he wear the big skin cap?
That was another suggestion I was going to bring up. He needs to also wear the G-Shock collar too. Like, there's so many other things that can be put into place. So I don't think he should be done. Like, I think everybody's heart was in the right place when they said that they don't think he should play anymore. But at the same time, if he wants to come back, I don't have anything. I'm okay with him wanting to come back.
Yeah, I think I'm only okay with it, only from a standpoint if a doctor told him absolutely no, you need to go ahead and retire. And he had a second opinion, and the second opinion agreed with the first, then I think that's it. But if they said it was a concussion, it can happen again, but it's not gonna, in the short term, it's not gonna hurt your career any more or less than any other one that you'd eventually get. Like I said, it's one life to live, bro. And I don't want to be the one to tell someone who's doing something that they've always dreamed of, like, now this is a wrap. Go find another dream, right? So I don't.
Let it be like Andrew Luck, who decided for himself, like, nah, this is not it for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was very, very promised. Now let's move on to basketball real quick, because I want to get into some of this before we get off of here. Press day for everybody. Media day. Bro, what are we doing with this boy? What are we doing with Jimmy Butler, bro?
Did he really cut his hair?
Apparently.
Or was it like a skin cap?
No.
I thought that it was like a bad Photoshop because his head looks weird shaped. Right. Like, it looks like, when I saw the picture, it looks like it was like a little lopsided on one side.
It looked patchy.
I thought that there was like Yeah, I thought it was like a. I thought he had like a skin cap on.
Let me. I'm gonna have to see for myself. But outside of that, before we get into Jimmy Butler, did you see the little exchange that Draymond had with the media personnel?
Yeah, listen, I listen. I 1,000% agree with Draymond. I thought it was so unnecessary.
Right.
I thought that the dude was trying to set him up and steer him down a path of a conversation that I don't think was necessary, bro. So he's like, the guy was like, are you concerned that people? What do you think about people being concerned about you being here or showing up or that? And he was almost like, well, it was almost implying him not saying that though, him saying like, oh yeah, well, what do you think about people saying that you missing games or possibly missing games because of suspensions and this, that, and the other? And he's like, bro, I've been here for 13 years, though, bro. Like, I'm always gonna show up, though, man. So I thought I'm gonna be honest. I thought that Draymond would have been even right. I give him credit because he had more poise than what I think the dude was old. I don't think the dude was old the kind of grace that Draymond showed him, though, bro. So I'm not mad at Draymond's response. I thought he could have been well within his rights to go in on him, though, bro.
Yeah. I felt the same. Apparently, that had to been a fake, bro. Because I just saw the quote unquote real photo, and he still like had his braids in. They look kind of old, but I'm just saying, like, I think that was somebody got us with the AI because I don't see that
Yeah,
like.
like I saw a picture of Jimmy Butler just the other day, and he was at like a somewhere. I think I saw him tagged in. It popped up on my Discover for Instagram, and he had a head full of hair though, man. I thought that it was just like bad Photoshop, but his head shape looked weird though, bro. I
Yeah,
said
yeah.
nah.
Okay, it looked like it was AI.
Listen, on media day, I did love seeing the LeBron and Bronny. I think that's incredible though, bro.
That
And
was
boy, goaded on.
just to hear their banter, like when they were asking questions and they were talking about whatever happened in practice or whatever. Yeah, somebody posted a picture of LeBron holding him as a baby in 2004, and then
Yeah.
the picture of them two together in 2024. It, bro, I don't care what nobody got to say, bro. That is the dopest thing ever to me. It's dope.
Listen, man, it is something. It tells me. It says a lot to me, bro. When you can be that great for that long, right? That the thing is, you're the oldest player in the league for the second straight year, right? And when you voice 4 years ago, right, trying to be around long enough to play with your son, and then for you to take care of your body and still be the guy that we always known you to be for that time, though, bro. It's incredible, though, bro.
It is.
Absolutely incredible, though, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Another incredible sight was seeing CP3 dressed out, right? And they did a side by side picture of him in New Orleans as a rookie versus him now in San Antonio. Boy, don't look like he aged, bruh.
Chris Brown always. I mean, Chris Brown. Chris Paul always looked like that at the beginning of the season when he got that fresh cut and got some of that bald spot covered up, nice shaded.
Yeah, but the hair,
Uh,
the hair thing don't bother me though. I'm talking about just you can tell he's taking care of his body as far as like
yeah,
the health wise, right? Like he
yeah.
don't look old. He looks like Chris Paul, like he still looks like Chris Paul.
Yeah. No, as somebody who is officially old, I do respect that Chris Paul still looks relatively young. And then mind you, you might get to say people can say, well, oh, once he get to the playoffs and when the season go long, he might get some of that wear and tear start to show. But here's the thing I think that people are losing track of though, man. I think that the big thing that people should appreciate though, man, is that I thought about this when I saw that Matumbo passed away, that Pete Rose passed away, John Amos passed away, and it's like, yo, These are some of the greatest of all time, though, right? And they not gonna be here very long. Like Steph is in year like 14 or 15, though, bro. It's KD, year 14, 15. Paul George, they're up there. Kevin Durant, they're of year 14, 15 now, though, bro.
Dude,
And
what's his name is in year
Russell
17.
Russell Westbrook.
Kevin Love, he's in year 17.
Yeah, so all of these all-time great players. And here's the thing, in the information age, in the digital age, right? I think that, I don't know that this kind of longevity is going to be the norm with the way the NBA is more churn and burn these days, though, right? But I think that it just says that it's something to be held on to, that historically great players are still around and are playing high quality basketball at this age. And I only think about that because I saw something, whole separate topic that I won't. The long story short, I saw somebody posted a video of Bobby Brown dancing and doing every little step I take as part of the new edition, I think residency or something like that, right? And you see Bobby, he trying his best, but he out of shape and he huffing it and he puffing it, bro. And the steps just don't, they the same steps you remember, but they ain't quite, you know, and so I think that the big thing is people were laughing at it. And part of me just felt like, well, damn, with all things considered, Bobby Brown is still here, though, to still be performing it. So it's like, it's enough to me to where maybe even I would have been one of those people that was laughing. You see somebody, oh, but hey, that boy looking old. Oh, that boy getting big. He don't look like he used to be. And it's just like, nah, I'm okay with seeing some of the greats get old and still be out there doing their thing, though, man.
Yeah, what at least Bobby ain't out there looking like that one dude we seen the video of where he wasn't they had his whole voice. He just had the microphone up there and he was out the video I
Oh,
posted.
but they had Bobby. I saw now. I did see one of Bobby looking bad. They was doing New Edition was doing any heartbreak, and he just couldn't keep up. Bobby said, "I'm just going ahead. Y'all got this one." But I did see one where people were making fun. Like, listen, I saw a video on TikTok of Petey Pablo performing Freak League. Petey Pablo and put on some pounds, right? But he still was doing the song though, bro. And then I saw Chris Kirkpatrick. He's out here at some spot. I remember he did one at a mall, at the middle of a mall, performing with O Town, doing all the NSYNC classics. And then I saw a video just recently of him doing another show. And people are just thinking like, oh, this boy must be down on his luck. This boy must be stuff gotta be bad. And I'm thinking like, what if this man is sitting on all of his old money, all the old money? He just still absolutely love, like, these are songs that are near and dear to him. And I think that I think maybe because I am seeing an older version of me in the mirror, bro, to where I am becoming more and more accepting of of artists who are from our generation, or the artists that we watch, the players that we watch. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm okay now with watching them without judging and allowing them to age however they see fit. But when I see like Matumbo dying, bro, and John Amos dying, and Pete Rose dying, like, these are people who you and I we know their history, we know their past very closely enough, though, man. And so I'm like, nah, I'm good with people aging gracefully, bro, and still being able to perform if that's what they want to do, though, man.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, I rewatched the video from the state fair, and your boy getting older, but
Yeah,
your boy was out there having fun, bro. Like I was out there having fun. Your boy was hitting all the notes. It felt like the energy was there. I was just like,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Listen, even that. Like, I saw somebody was posting a video, and they were trying to make fun of Cisco. He was performing Thong Song, and he couldn't quite hit the handstand and kick high up, but he was halfway there. And I'm thinking like, are y'all making fun of this man? Can you do half of what he's doing? Half the effort.
Right.
And just appreciate that he's still around to do this. Come on, man. Like, nah. So, like I said, bro, maybe because I'm getting of that age, though, man, that I have no problem at all, and I don't mind checking for somebody who is our age or older, who is still capable of putting out quality, classic content, music, performances, what have you, though.
I'm gonna let you go on this, bro. VP presidential debate tonight. You watching it?
I don't know, man. Like, part of me wants to watch it. Another part of me is not at all interested. Only because JD Vance has already said that he's a liar. So he's a liar, right? So
I
he
want to
might
see
just
the
get up
live.
there.
I want to
Yeah,
see
but see, part of me want to see the lies. Like, part of me wants to see the train wreck. But when you get up there and you tell me, yeah, I lie, I'll lie again if that means we get to talk about this, that, and the other. It's like, why would I believe anything that he says? Now, I do think that I don't know Kamala's VP as intimately in his background. I think that he is going to be more prepared. He seems to be more sharp witted from interviews and everything I've seen. But no, man, like it still seems very cringeworthy to me, though, man. But I
I
might.
think it's gonna be entertaining, bro. Like the presidential debate was entertaining. I think this one gonna be entertaining. I just want to see somebody finally call JD Vance out on his stuff, bro. I would love to see Tim Walz come out there with his J's on and just walk all over him, bro.
I think the vice presidents can do that. I think that they have more freedom because I remember when Biden was with Barack and they used to be like, he used to be like, oh, sick 'em Joe. And Joe would be the one when you putting the dogs on him. Joe was that dog. So I think that the VP has that more liberty to go in. He said, I'm not going. What I want to see more than anything, if he goes there, go all the way. Go low blow for low blow. Kick him straight in the nuts the whole time. All kicks straight to the balls with high tech boots on that Jodeci had. All low blows.
Yeah. Well, look,
Oh,
bro, we didn't help these people. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us from ATL to OKC. We are the Slash Brothers. We out. I knew I was gonna do that. I knew it. I saw it, and I still hit it.